Well, I am finding plenty of wheat all the way up out of the boot. I don't see yet that it's picking up a lot of color out here, but there's plenty of it to watch, in addition to what I planted in the 7th month. All of that. All of that's wheat. All of that's wheat. I'll take a few pictures in addition to the video, but I just am out checking some areas today. There may be a few more short clips as I go into other areas I've not been into before, but you can see now that everything is dying back enough. It's much easier to see the newer green ears of wheat in the sea of older grains, being the older barley and the oats. There's one right there. That's a wheat. So I'll keep checking and I'll bring some more photos to you. I don't know if you can see that up there, right there in that area. Wheat presents so much differently than barley. We're going to go up. I'm going to go up and check that. Pretty sure that's wheat up there. Yeah, this is a good stash of wheat up here. Nice looking wheat too. How can I prove to you it's wheat really quick? Just like I did. And I see some more up there. And up there. Wow, there's a lot more wheat this year. That's a steep climb. I'm breathing heavy, yeah. That's a steep climb. Anyway, so how do we know it's wheat? Let's just go right in here. Sorry, little guy. I don't want to damage you, but I want to show. See those two awns together? Coming out of that one grain. So this is all wheat right here. Wheat over here. I see wheat way up there at the top of the hill. Oh, there's a whole bunch of wheat right up there past that sticky dead tree. This whole hillside is covered with wheat. If you just want proof by what's going on here, look, there's wheat right there. That's wheat. So this whole hillside, wow, has just got so much wheat. I remember I told y'all last year that this wheat loves the east side of the slope facing sunrise. Loves the east side of the slope facing sunrise. Let's just see if I can hike up here a bit further. So that's all wheat. The problem with hiking right now is there's enough tall weeds. You get your toes tangled up and you can trip. And it's sprinkling today, so it's a nice day for doing this. I don't mind it at all. Oh, there's some wheat over there too. I see some wheat. That's wheat. Let's go on up here. I see some more wheat. We'll go to the top of the hill. Of course, I know that the Abibo God would disallow this wheat because it's on a hillside. Well, they need to talk to Elohim about this. Precious little wheat on the land, and if he chooses to plant it on the hillside, who am I to argue with him? Actually, no. This right here is barley. I stand corrected. Let's see what else. I think this is wheat here. Yeah, this is wheat here. All of this is wheat here. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here. I can see wheat all on this hillside. I'm going to go down here on this next ridge and check up on top because this is also basically east facing. And as I've said, I've found out that this wheat really loves this east facing side of the ridges and mountains. And just while I'm up here, you can get an idea of how quickly the land is changing. Remember, I told you that by Shavuot, this is mostly going to be brown. And everywhere we look, the green is faded and the brown is really, really coming in. That's wheat up there. Let's go up there. Nope, that's barley. That's really late barley. Wow. Super duper ooper late. Let's see what else we can see. Okay, we'll go to the next location and I'll show you what I find over there, if I find anything. Okay guys, here's some more wheat and barley. Okay, this is barley. You can see it's like a cylinder. It's pretty long. But then when you get to the wheat, two things. Each grain holder, gotta fly. Each grain holder is larger on the wheat than it is on the barley. The chaff around each one of those grains, it's much larger. And so we've got quite a bit of wheat up in this area here. There's some really beautiful wheat right here in this area. See if I can get over on it. A little bit steep right here, so I'll pause and pick this up. So yeah, this is really, really, really some nice wheat up in here. Very nice. And I think there's some more on down the road here. I'm going to hike a little bit further. But there's wheat. This is oats. This is some... also I'm seeing some late barley in here too. Like this is a barley. Right here's a barley. And right next to it's a wheat. Okay, but I'm seeing, wow, there's a lot of wheat right here. Very exciting. A huge pocket of wheat right here in this area. That's some barley over there, but there is wheat in it. Like that up there, that by the dry stick, that's barley up there. Beautiful barley. Beautiful, beautiful. Did I say beautiful barley? I meant beautiful wheat. Sorry. I'm looking at both. And there's all kinds of wheat up in there. Scattered out, but still it's there. I'm going to go over here and I think there's more. Okay, this is more wheat here. I have been even seeing some still coming up out of the boot, which really doesn't worry me. I mean, we've still got 2 weeks and change, and as these hot winds come on, this will hasten really quickly. It's amazing what these wild grains will do. Let me tell you the hard part about this. It's not the climbing. It's not my breath. It's because the weeds are to my shoulders and your feet get tangled in them. You can't lift your feet up over the weeds. You've got to drag them through the weeds, and it's tripping and it's a lot of resistance. But we're getting it done. So I'm seeing some more wheat over here. I see some wheat right here. There's just, folks, there's just wheat out all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and go to the tree here. This tree right here. I think I saw some up underneath this tree quite a bit. We're going to go almost over to that area, and then I'm going to call it good. I mean, this is like 2 huge areas of wheat. Okay, so driving down that road right there about 40 kilometers an hour. I look over here and you ask me how I saw this wheat in this wild area like this. I mean, that's all barley. Okay, I don't know how. All I can say is Abba has just opened my eyes to be able to see his wheat. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't frequently see the grains that are that tall like that. Wheat usually is more half that length. So this down in here is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And you can see there's still some coming up out of the boot down in there. There's one, he's just emerging. There's another one, he's just emerging. That over there, that's barley. But yeah, just this little patch right here. I just looked over and I saw it. Well, I didn't look over, I'm hunting, and I was able to identify it. So we've easily got now 4 locations, including the wheat that I planted in the 7th month, and they're all just about the same place. You know, he's got his awns all spread out. He's getting ready to add meat into his grain, into his chaff, and form a grain. So I think we're good for Shavuot. We've got 4 locations, independent locations now that we can check. 1 I planted, and 3 that are in wild areas like this. Okay, this one is actually the closest to the road, but there's still a lot of foliage between this and the area that would be superheated. This is not alongside the road by any means. If that was bare earth, I would question it, but that is such thick foliage that the superheating from that asphalt does not make it in the earth up here. But again, doesn't matter. We've got 2 other wild locations. I want to say something without sounding haughty and prideful. Because the first thing you need to know is I fully understand that I could not have brought myself to Israel. Could not have made my husband marry me, the man that got us in Israel because of his heritage. And yet here I stand. With that said, my love for being on the land and outdoors well preceded coming to Israel. So while most of the other inspectors have already returned to their inside dwelling, I'm still on the land. Why? Even if I wasn't doing barley and wheat, I'd be out here. I just absolutely adore hiking, being in nature, looking at plants, looking at insects, looking at wildlife, looking at birds, looking at rodents, and even snakes. They don't much bother me. I usually have a stick or something nearby that I can rather defend myself with, and if not, I can run. But so just popping in to tell you that this isn't a yearly passing fancy for me. I grow things on the earth, food, our food. I have so many fruit trees and vegetables coming out of the garden right now. Lettuces, Swiss chard, tomatoes are blooming. Oh my goodness, so much stuff, so much stuff. And yeah, this isn't a passing fancy for me. I think I see some more wheat up there. I gotta go check it out. This isn't a passing fancy for me. This is what I love to do. Nothing gives me more pleasure than standing on the earth here, standing in the wind, walking through the weeds and looking at stuff. So, you know, to Hebrew in Israel, who says, I'm not a professional arborist like his dad is, and so therefore I don't know the seasons. To a Beeb of God, who's got 18 years of being here, basically 2 weeks out of the year. I've got 5 years of being here, 12 months out of the year. To Devorah's Drake Tree, who has their claim to fame. It doesn't matter. Any of it doesn't matter. What matters is that you get honest reporting, and what matters is that you have a person who is well versed in the land. And every year I walk this land from the beginning to the end of the year, as I have and as I do, I learn more. I would love to bring them out on the land with me and show them what I see, but I know that they're not interested.